today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Davis Mills and the Houston Texans taking on Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of another NFL season, joined by Charles Davis in the booth. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, it's always great to begin another year. It's especially great when you get to see a couple of division rivals square off right out of the gate, and that's what we're going to see here in the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans.
And I know people get tired of it sometimes because we always zero in on the quarterback position, but I don't think we can avoid it here with these two teams in the AFC South. How about in Indianapolis? Matt Ryan, now their quarterback. Can he get them on a postseason run? Because he's the team's sixth Week 1 starter in 6 seasons, and Indy hasn't won its opener since 2013. And Houston, Deshaun Watson officially gone. Davis Mills took over last year. Can he improve on a 4-13 record? I like his chances.
Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now left side on the swing pass. And some space here. Uses the stiff arm. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Ryan. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kamu Cruz-Hill getting in there and taking him down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Ryan. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Isaiah Ford, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL season, Houston Texans quarterback Davis Mills, he deserves a lot more credit than he got for leading a bad team last season. Circumstances led the third-round rookie to being thrown in as the team starter, and he really came on after some early struggles. 4 300-yard games from him, he led Houston to a big upset of the Chargers to help keep L.A. out of the playoffs.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds, in the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. First and 10, it's Pierce. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll try and run for it with Janovich. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Damian Pierce with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Desmond King back deep. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw is Mills.
That is taken in by Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Mills now from the 50.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 31,
Mills.
he's letting it fly for Cooks.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Ryan. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Ryan. Throw left side, complete to QT. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing now, Ryan on first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Ryan to throw.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Mills to the air again. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Good throw there, and I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Eric Murray. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Marcus Mariota, a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Handoff left side, Pierce.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Mack is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Mills going to throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. Open man is QT, complete. Finding room at midfield. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all, and when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kiki QT, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out comes Houston. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage. Mills got this into the hands of the tight end Jordan. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Play action now. Mills. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Davis Mills. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. 5 plays there on that drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it.
On the move past the 40.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Following the fumble recovery, Mills
swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll run here with Mack.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Marlon Mack, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. That's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Ryan.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
From the 16, Ryan.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw is Ryan. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Over the middle, complete. It's Ford. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings us 2nd down.
On the draw is Taylor.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Ryan on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And he'll find Pittman.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. Now it's Ryan. Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Houston, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.